In the labyrinthine realm of musical introspection, rapper Logic unveils the intricacies of his psyche during a candid conversation on the Theo podcast. The enigmatic figure bears his soul wide apart in order for us to see the effect of Joe Budden's verbal penetrations.
You're so much more than just, just a comedian, quote unquote. And that's how I felt about myself. So the hardest thing was navigating like what other people thought and what other people said, because I did care and because I wanted to be accepted so much. Like it was so obvious and apparent. But that's because I love hip hop and it's a beautiful space. But the thing is I was always accepted by the greats, the people in this, industry, whether it's Wu-Tang Clan, Nas, like so many people that I've come into contact, Q-Tip, RZA.
You've worked with all of them.
Yeah. And they give me my flowers and it's really amazing. But for so long, I was so focused on like, well, I want to be accepted by, I don't know, like the Tastemaker or somebody with a podcast.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck them and their podcast. I rap.
Right.
And when
or any in a Honda Accord with fucking loud pipes on that, dude. It's like, fuck. Does that guy like me?
No, but that's a real thing, though.
That's what I'm saying. That's a real thing. That would be like, that's the dude. It's like, instead of really, if the greats are giving you your rewards, but I'm still listening to this driving by and he's listening to Nelly still, I'll be like, fuck, dude, I'm missing somebody.
I'm missing a
Band-Aid. I love Nelly, but I'm just saying, it's like I'm missing something.
I get it. I think having my son, do you have children?
Mm-mm.
Having my son really totally opened my eyes about how much shit doesn't matter.
Right.
Like my son, this thing that came out of my nuts is healthy and happy. So Joe Schmo talking shit about me, like who gives a fuck?
Right.
Also, it's like I'm rich.
The rapper's revelation sparks intrigue, particularly as fans speculate about the unnamed luminary whose validation once held profound significance in Logic's narrative. Logic's odyssey through the music industry becomes a tapestry woven with the threads of desire for recognition. In a paradoxical twist, a man celebrated by legends like Wu-Tang Clan, Nas, and Q-Tip finds himself entangled in the pursuit of approval from a specific individual, presumably Joe Budden. The dichotomy of Logic's journey, from industry accolades to a fixation on the validation of a single luminary, becomes a compelling narrative that unravels within the confines of the podcast's discourse. As Logic navigates the corridors of retrospection, he candidly admits the depth of his concern for others' perceptions. The desire for acceptance, a universal human inclination, becomes a focal point in Logic's journey, underscoring the vulnerability that even celebrated artists grapple with. The revelation adds a layer of humanity to the rapper, dismantling the perception of an impervious artist and revealing the intricacies of his emotional landscape. The frustration in Logic's voice becomes palpable as he dismisses the significance of validation from specific individuals or podcasts. The rapper, like a modern philosopher, expounds the wisdom that true focus should be on the craft itself, divorced from the whims of external judgments. The notion that one's artistic journey should be guided by an intrinsic commitment to excellence rather than the capricious opinions of others becomes a resonant refrain in Logic's impassioned discourse. A pivotal shift in Logic's perspective emerges as he delves into the transformative impact of fatherhood. The birth of his son becomes a catalyst, recalibrating the compass of his priorities. The joy and well-being of his progeny become the lodestar, eclipsing the importance of criticisms and negativity from the ephemeral masses. The rapper's journey morphs into a poignant exploration of the transformative power of parenthood, a journey that reshapes not only his artistry but also his understanding of life's true priorities. Logic, in a crescendo of revelation, acknowledges his financial success as an emancipator from the shackles of external judgments. The wealth amassed becomes a symbolic fortress, shielding him from the superficial barbs of outdated critiques. The rapper's discourse, akin to a symphony of self-discovery, resonates with the overarching theme that material success, coupled with the profound joys of family, eclipses the significance of the opinions of those whose approval was once coveted. The sonorous symphony of the music industry orchestrates a complex and fierce arena where artists engage in an unending quest for validation from a cacophony of sources, fans, critics, peers, and the glittering accolades that punctuate the industry landscape. However, this quest for validation is no pedestrian stroll, rather, it traverses the labyrinth of myriad influences, market trends, media narratives, social norms, and the intrinsic values that pulse through the veins of each artist. As they embark on this odyssey, artists grapple not only with the pressures emanating from the industry's unforgiving gaze, but also with the internal expectations they set for themselves, crafting a narrative that shapes not only their careers, but also the very essence of their creative beings. The dichotomy of seeking external validation, akin to a double-edged sword, becomes a force both propelling and inhibiting artists in this tumultuous journey. On one resonant chord, the quest becomes a harmonious source of motivation and inspiration. It fuels artists to refine their craft, pushing boundaries, and daring to traverse unexplored sonic landscapes. This validation becomes the muse, an invisible hand guiding them to embrace new avenues of expression, revealing the ceaseless evolution that lies at the heart of artistic creation. Moreover, this validation bestows upon artists a coveted recognition, a chorus of appreciation for their contributions to the cultural symphony, a tangible measure of their impact echoing through the chambers of society. Yet, on the other dissonant note, the pursuit of external validation casts a looming shadow over the artist's psyche. It becomes a crucible of stress and anxiety, subjecting them to the piercing critiques, unjust comparisons, and the weight of unrealistic standards set by an ever-discerning audience. The dependency on external opinions becomes a Faustian pact, a precarious dance that undermines the artist's core, confidence, and self-worth. The artistic journey becomes ensnared in a web of conformity, where the artist, feeling the relentless gaze of industry demands and audience preferences, may compromise their creative freedom and integrity. This quest for validation becomes a tempest, triggering a cycle of dissatisfaction and insecurity, an unquenchable thirst for more, a gnawing sense that their validation, no matter how plentiful, may never be enough or genuine. Thus, the canvas of the music industry becomes a tapestry interwoven with the broader societal context of validation seeking, an intricate backdrop that paints the complexities and challenges of being an artist in the contemporary milieu. Within this kaleidoscope, the pressures faced by artists take center stage, providing a nuanced understanding of the strains that ripple through their creative process and mental well-being. It unravels the coping mechanisms artists employ to navigate these tumultuous waters, revealing the resilience that fuels their artistic souls. Moreover, it illuminates the kaleidoscopic diversity and dynamism inherent in the music industry, an ecosystem pulsating with potentialities for artistic expression that transcend the boundaries of convention. In this sonorous journey through the corridors of validation seeking, the artist emerges not as a mere participant, but as a maestro navigating the intricacies of societal expectations and individual aspirations. The music industry, akin to a grand amphitheater, witnesses the drama of artists grappling with the yin and yang of validation, a complex dance where the external gaze both elevates and challenges the very essence of artistic existence. In this candid and introspective discussion, Logic emerges not only as a luminary of hip-hop but as a philosopher navigating the intricate terrain of self-validation. His journey from the desire for approval to the recognition of its insignificance becomes a universal parable, an allegory of the human quest for meaning and acceptance. As the podcast curtains draw close, Logic's contemplation leaves an indelible imprint, an invitation to ponder the ephemeral nature of external validation and to celebrate the enduring significance of artistic integrity and familial bliss.